everyone, it's Emily. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm really excited to share this Dollar Tree DIY with you because it is just absolutely gorgeous. It is completely inspired by Instagram. I saw it on there and I was like, oh, I so want to make that. And I did, and it turned out fabulous. Like, oh, it is so good. Everything is from the Dollar Tree except for the carbon paper, which is actually optional. If you are one of those lucky people that have beautiful handwriting, then good for you. You can just freehand the signs and you are good to go. But for those of us that suck at handwriting, we need the help of carbon paper, and that'd be me. So everything else came from there, and it is super easy. But if, say, you might be a little intimidated by it, or you want to make something a little bit more intricate that you don't feel like you could do on your own, I'll leave a few shops down in the description box that you can buy them from. They are just absolutely stunning, and I'm just super excited to share this with you. You guys know I love making signs, and this is just the same type of thing. So I'm just really excited. So let's go ahead and jump into the DIY.
You're going to want to get this wrapping paper. It is in the aisle that they have all of their posted stuff in the Dollar Tree, a Sharpie or a paint pen, and then you're going to want some paper clips, any size will do, some twine. Dollar Tree was out, so I just used my backup twine, and then some carbon paper. I'll leave mine linked down below if you want to use that, and then a ballpoint pen, and then these are my words that I printed out using Word. Super easy, you'll just cut them down to size, and I'll go ahead and show you in Word how I do it. So this is just regular Microsoft Word, and then I will go ahead and put in my words, highlight them, and then I'll go over to the font and see whichever font I like the best and kind of play around with it. For this one I'm using Magnolia Sky. I really like this one. And then all you have to do is go over to the Insert tab and then click that big A right there, and then I go to the third one over because it just outlines it and uses less ink, and then I'll go to the little A, hit the transform button, and take the third link down, and then basically this will allow you to stretch the words however big or small you want them, and you can do this for each word, or a few words, or the entire thing. It's completely up to you. And then I always set my margins to very small. So here you're just going to want to fold out the paper and then start rolling it up, and I found at least 6 to 8 rolls was good, and maybe even 10, and then just take your paper clip and clip that on each end, and that'll hold that in place. And the thing I like about this is that you can put tons of different signs on this one scroll because there's quite a bit of paper on this, which is really cool. Once you have that, go ahead and hold it back because it'll want to roll up on you. And then I just started taking my words and laying them out, kind of dry fitting them, see how I wanted them to fit and look on the page. And normally you're going to want to measure this and everything like I'm doing here, making sure everything's even on each side. I like symmetry. And then I usually tape this stuff down, but since it's on paper, I'm not taping it. I'm just leaving it free to blow away, basically. So just hold it down as you insert your carbon paper, and then I just start tracing around the outside of the letters. Basically everything that's outlined is what I will outline, and that'll just give me everything I need to do to fill in. Like I said, if you have beautiful handwriting, then freehand it, baby, but I do not. Mine sucks. So as you can see, it just outlines it perfectly, and it's really good. And I just do this for the rest of the sign. If a paper does move, just eyeball it if you need to. If you want to, get out your measuring tape and measure it. Once you have that all done, then I just went ahead and started with the Sharpie first, and then I just started outlining the words, and then you'll basically fill them in. So it's basically like an adult coloring game. This is how I make my signs normally, my wood farmhouse signs, except I use paint. Now the Sharpie I found did well. Mine was running out of ink, which was a bummer. I would suggest if you're going to be doing larger letters like I did, get a bigger ball end on it, or a thicker end to your Sharpie versus just the regular writing style, because that'll save you a lot less just coloring in. Put on a movie, relax, and color away basically. Here I'm using the paint pen, which I actually liked the coverage of it because it was actually full of ink basically, or paint, versus the Sharpie. You can see how it was kind of faded, so I actually went ahead and got over that after I got done with doing all the letters with the paint pen. Neither the paint pen or the Sharpie bled through the paper, so if you're worried about that, it does not. At least for me it didn't, and I would be able to tell because I have a white table underneath it. So I was very pleased with both of them. So next, once you have that, go ahead and take your twine and loop it through one end and just push it all the way through. And then you're going to want to figure out the length. I cut too much, so I decided to cut mine down a little bit. Leave a little bit for you to tie a knot in. And once you do that, just go ahead and cut away. And then I took some tape and just taped the end. That way it wouldn't fray, especially with the rope. You don't want it to fray on you. And then I just went ahead and tied a knot. And I kept it pretty small because that knot's going to go inside the tube. So if your tube is small, you're going to want to make your knot smaller so you don't have big ends sticking out the way I had it there. And then go ahead and just file that through. That way that knot is in the middle and you won't see it. And that is how you're going to hang your sign. And then the paper clips on the ends will keep it from basically rolling up or rolling out. And this is the way it turned out. I love it, you guys. Oh, I could not be happier. And I chose this saying because I have a lot of other Christmas signs that I used up with the other sayings. So you could do like a thrill of hope. You could do the Savior is born. You could do a ton. Merry Christmas and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new, I hope you hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a fabulous, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys soon.